Well, they can later. I put it up on a YouTube playlist. Okay, you guys, it's on the site. Take a look up here, and you'll notice that you see oxygen. Look at your periodic table. Find oxygen on your periodic table. Okay? I give you a hint. It's the 6th one over in the 2nd row. What energy level will the last electron be in for oxygen? The 2nd. Because it's in the 2nd row, right? Okay. So we'll deal with all of the bonding stuff tomorrow. I just wanted to see if I could pull that out of your brain. Okay. So there's certain numbers you have to identify. The first one is that number 8. That is what is known as the atomic number. You should be doing this with me. The second one is the symbol, the atomic symbol. Symbol. No one got that. Who's in band? Shame. You didn't laugh at that. That was a percussion joke. Yes. Oxygen is the name, right? That's the actual atom name or element name. And then we have this number right here, and you're like, oh, Mr. Mason, that's to the 10th, 100th, 1000th place. Okay, this is what is known as the atomic mass. And then there's one number that we need that is not on the periodic table, but it is essential to being able to play around with the whole thing. It is called the mass number. So you need to add that in. It's called the mass number. The mass number, simply put, is your protons plus your neutrons. It is also your atomic mass rounded to the nearest whole number. You can never have part of a subatomic particle. You can't have part of a proton or part of a neutron. So if you're going to say that the mass number is protons plus neutrons, it has to be a whole number. So let's go here. The atomic number always equals the number of what? We talked about this already. Protons, I heard it. Protons, right? And those are positive. So if I know how many positive particles I have, I also know how many negative particles I have, and those are what? Electrons. How smart you guys are. And I want you to actually cross off the atomic part of this worksheet, and I want you to change it to mass number, because that's incorrect. The mass number equals the number of protons plus neutrons. So, on this symbol, this little square, is there anything I've told you right now that tells you directly the number of neutrons? No. So you're going to have to do that by doing a little bit of math. So I want you to just understand that the mass number, you might want to write this somewhere, the mass number equals the number of protons plus the number of neutrons. You have most of this equation, right? What are you missing? Do we have the mass number? Yes. So 16 equals, do we have the number of protons? Yes, we know it's 8, right? What we're missing is what? Neutrons. If I subtract 8 from both sides, I have that, don't I? So n equals 8 in this case. Oops. There's one more thing you'll need to tell me. We need to talk about things called isotopes. Isotopes is when you have a different number of neutrons than you do protons. How many neutrons do I have? 8. How many protons do I have? Are they the same? Yes. Is this an isotope? No. So you need to tell me no isotope. You guys follow that? If they were different, it would be an isotope. Like if I had, let's say, 10 neutrons and 8 protons, it would be an isotope. Are we all clear there? All right. So we just did oxygen. You guys should be able to do it. Let's kind of fill that out. Since we just did that part together, it'll be real easy to do this. So we see we have an oxygen right here. That's the symbol for the name. So you should be able to write in oxygen. You know that the atomic number is what? 8. Now, I want you to cross off atomic mass, because we already know that, and change that to mass number for all of these that we do. Okay? That's a typo on my part. So, what is 15.99 rounded to the nearest whole number? 16. How many protons do I have? 8. Remember, the atomic number is the number of protons, 8. And positive always equals negative, so how many electrons do I have? 8. And then we know the mass number, 16, and we know that's going to equal my protons, which is 8, added to my neutrons, which I don't know, but again, you do your math, right? We're all good there. We know now I have 8 neutrons. We good? Is this an isotope? No. So you tell me, no isotope. Okay. You guys want to do one more together? Yeah? You want me to do an isotope? Let's do an isotope. Just by looking at bromine and these two numbers, is this an isotope? If what's 35 times 2? 70. Is that anywhere close to 80? No. So is this an isotope? Heck yeah, right? Okay, so what's the atomic number? I want to hear it. What's the atomic number? Okay, well that was kind of 35 because it's right here. 35. Okay. What's the atomic mass? I mean the mass number, right? We know it's 80. Okay. So if I know the atomic number is 35, I also know the number of protons, and I also know the number of electrons. Okay. So I know the mass number, 80, is going to equal my protons, 35, plus my neutrons. So if I subtract 35, a little simple algebra here, right, guys? Not hard. Is it? I'm sorry. I'll make it easier next time. 45. So I know I have 45 neutrons, right? Are these two numbers different? So it's an isotope. So tell me. Isotope. Oh, what did I forget? My symbol. What's the symbol for bromine? Br. Okay? Are we good? This is what you're working on the rest of the hour and is your homework. So when you walk in, this should all be done tomorrow. Okay? And then tomorrow we're going to bond. Is there less than 15 minutes left? Yeah, so you can hold it. Unless it's an emergency, then we'll talk. Okay. It's an intense rule, isn't it? Anybody need me to go over one more? I will. Yell one out if you want me to go over one more. Just tell me which one. I'll do over one more. You'll get it. Let's do it together. Give me a number. Zinc. Okay, I'll do one more. Yes, ma'am. Okay. What are you doing? Okay. Yes. You'll have to hang out or come in at Zap at the end of the hour. Okay. You can, of course, listen to music. You can put your iDiddies, hook your iPods up, whatever you want to do. Put your pea pods in your head. Zinc, here we go, zinc oxide. You ready? Okay. Zinc is Zn, right? Symbol's easy. That's the easy part. Okay. What's the atomic number? 30. So let's get rid of that. What's the mass number? 65. Very good. How many protons? 30. And that's positive, so we automatically know 30. And the thing you're after is the number of neutrons, okay? Well, this is the mass number. The mass number always equals protons plus neutrons, right?
Oh, yeah, I have that written down.
So if I know the mass number is 65, and I know my protons are 30, all I'm missing is my neutrons, correct? And if I subtract 30 from each side to cancel it out there, I know it's going to be 35. Oops, that's terrible. And yes, indeed, that is 35. These two numbers are different, so it's an isotope, right? Are we good?
Yeah,
Awesome. Okay, I better end that recording.